Hey guys, I'm back out in the garage again. Happy Monday. We're just going through some stuff. My silicone is not yet dried. I used to fix that hole. So I guess I'll give you a quick overview of my setup for my kayak for my tournaments. So I guess I don't know where to start. I fish NYKBF. Most of you know that. That's New York Kayak Bass Fishing for those of you who don't know what that is. I guess I'll start right in the back. This is my crate. I try to keep everything labeled. Looks like I have to do a little touch up. I have basically my terminal tackle. It's all my hooks and sinkers. It's all my spin baits, chatter baits, cranks, all my jigs, top water. Possibly, it's jerk baits. And this one, just from this weekend, that's all my stuff for an Alabama rig. These are my rod holders. I usually have 6 rods with me. Set of 3 on each side. So that's my crate setup. I mean, there's bungees that are pre-installed on my kayak. Usually this is bungeed in with plenty of bungees going over the top, so if I was to tip, all my tackle won't fall out. Then I have all these that I made out of a bungee, which is little carabiner clips to clip my rods in. So again, if I was to ever go over and this kayak flipped, everything's going to be attached to my kayak. Coming forward, this is kind of just where I tuck my hog trough. This is the official board we have to use. Our tournaments are CPR, which is catch, photo, release. I just kind of tuck that in there. It's out of my way. Then if I catch a fish, I can just reach behind me, grab it, measure my fish. You can see it's got my name on it. So that's our official board we use to measure with. Now I have 2 pre-installed rod holders with leashes that I don't really use. Once in a while I'll throw them back there if I'm only paddling a few feet. But other than that, that's basically this right behind the C-section. I know some guys put coolers in here between this space, but again, I don't really bring much for drinks or food with me when I go fishing. Well, this area's got quite a bit of stuff. First off, most importantly, you always have to have a life jacket on. And then in the cold water, which I don't have mine clipped on yet, you have to have a whistle. Just a safety whistle. In case you were to fall over or need assistance, you can blow that whistle and hopefully someone close by can hear you. But it is required that everybody wears an approved life jacket during all tournaments. There's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. We're all about safety. So aside from our life jacket, I always have my wallet on me. Inside I have my, I can't get it open here. I have my fishing license, just fresh water. You have to have a license. I mean, the DEC does not appreciate you catching fish without one, and that's a pretty big ticket that nobody wants, so might as well have it. Gotta have it by law. Move my life jacket. I throw under my seat a little sports cushion for stadium seating. Helps keep your butt a little more comfier. I mean, got a nice soft backrest. I mean, it's a decent seat. It is a 3 position, so I can have it up where this is the up position. That's where I always fish. I never move it. You can go down lower. It'll basically set the bottom of the seat right on the deck, and that'll give you a lot better of balance, I guess, if you're in more of a rough water or if you're not comfortable sitting up high yet. And you can flip the seat up completely out of your way, have this entire deck to move on. I'll do that every once in a while, but not usually. I usually just stand in front of it. Right here next to my seat on this side, this is my anchor cleat, which right below it, here's my anchor trolley. It's the lever lock from Yak Attack. There's my ring. Comes back here to a pulley, all the way up to the front here to a pulley. That way I can run my anchor anywhere I need to for my proper drift. This is my spool of wire on a Yak Attack Sidewinder. This is, I think, 75 feet anchor line, which I don't use, but it's good to have in case I need to find some fish in deep water. Then I have this anchor. It is a grappling anchor. I just taped it shut so it doesn't open, so I can get it up. And I have it rigged to a half cut. There's a cut purposely made in this zip tie. So how you rig it is if this sits and it ever does get stuck, you can give it a good pop and it'll come right up. So that's the anchoring setup I have. Underneath my seat here, this is my bag full of all of my soft plastics. I would open it, but you can tell it's packed. It'd probably explode. Inside of here, should have just a second pair of pliers. This isn't my good set, but I have them for just in case one goes overboard or whatnot. Another pair of clippers to snip line with if I absolutely have to. That's all that's in there. Usually I have my JB's fish sauce also in there, waiting to be used. So that slides nicely under my seat when it's in the up position. Then it's out of my way. Coming up a little more, I have this cup holder that my friend Simon Morgan gave me after a tournament. In here I keep all my tools, so I got some needle nose pliers. Always have JB's fish sauce right up on deck because you got to respray that every once in a while. These are my fish grips. Our area upstate is well known for northern pike and pickerel, and you don't want to be sticking your fingers in their mouth full of teeth. I got some scissors for cutting line, or if I ever have an issue with my anchor, I come in, cut my anchor line, and get rid of my anchor in an emergency. And then if I need to, I can just use this for a cup holder. A lot of times you'll see me in the summer, if I have a bag of soft plastics that's working, I'll also stuff that in there if I find a bait that's working. Just roll up the bag, throw it in there with those, then it's right here, right by my side. Very easy to grab if I have to retie something on. I guess I'll finish up the left side here. Right here, this is I think it's called a roto grip from Yak Attack. That holds my kayak paddle in, so if I'm standing up and fishing, this stays in, locks it in. I mean, it's snug, but you can pull it out, obviously. That locks my paddle in, so when I'm standing up moving, I don't have to worry about losing my paddle. That locks it in real tight. This is just my deck, just to stand on. Obviously, I have a lure sitting here. This strap runs up there. This is an assist strap. I'm a big guy. Sometimes it's a little tough for me to stand up if the water's a little choppy. You grab a hold of this, gives you enough leverage to pull yourself up standing. I guess I'll just keep going here. This is cup holder. Usually it ends up with a lure I'm not using. It's thrown up here. This, I don't really know what this space is. I think you can put a battery in here. Not quite sure. Usually just ends up, again, with untied lures that I'm not going to use again. I guess to finish off the left side here, this is my mud pole. It's 8 feet long. Got a little point on the end. You can take this pole, which I have to put a T on it. I have not done that yet. This whole pole floats, which is good. You can take this pole, run it through my ring, and stuff it into the ground. If I'm in shallow water, it will hold me right where I'm at, and I don't have to worry about throwing my anchor out. Use a mud pole and obviously up to 8 feet of water. That will hold me right where I need to be. If it's a nice soft bottom, I mean rocks, sometimes it will, sometimes it won't work. I tried it this weekend and it held me pretty good. It was a bit windy, but it held good. It did its job. So I just got it, like I said, I got to get the PVC T up on this end so it doesn't slide through this, because I was having an issue with that this weekend. This is my front hatch. It does close, locks down, it is watertight. Inside here, there's a little bit of water from my issue this weekend. I don't know if you can see, it's pretty dark in there, but in the back, in this back corner there, I have all my wires that run to my fish finder. Usually I tuck my battery in there, and that powers my fish finder for the day. And that's usually all that's up here. That or maybe some extra supplies, fishing line, things I might not absolutely need to have with me up there, I'll just throw in here. Go ahead and cover my paddle here quick. It's a Bending Branches Angler Classic, 240 centimeters. The one I used last year was 220, and I was soaking wet after every time I went out to paddle. Nice feature with this, it's got like a line hook. If you get snagged up high in a tree, you can kind of reach up with it and get it. Get snagged underwater, you can run down with it. If your anchor line back here gets snagged, that'll fit around your anchor line. It's just a little useful feature that a few other companies have. They've also used it. Good length for me is 240, like I said. Another nice thing about this is it's got your inch marker on it. It goes all the way up to 40 inches. So I guess this year I'll be trying, if I catch a fish that looks like it might cull, might not, I might just lay it on my paddle here quick because it's going to be right in front of me already. Lay it on. Say I have a 17-inch fish and I catch something close to that, I can just lay it on this quick, see if it really is 17, 18, 19, or smaller before I grab my official board in the back to take the official measurement. Then I don't have to worry about getting out my identification cards. I don't have to worry about fighting to get the my regular bump board out. I can just lay it on this quick, just get a rough measurement, then take my official measurement if I need to. So that covers my paddle. Next we'll go on to the right side of the kayak. Forgot about my net. My net usually sits, actually when I'm fishing, this net kind of flips open here. If it wants to do it, it'll flip open. I usually just lay that there. Then if I catch something, it's right in front of me. I can reach over the side. This also extends out. So it's got a decent length in case the fish wants to keep diving, or if it doesn't want to come close, I can reach out and grab it. It is nice that it collapses down to a nice small compact size. The only thing I don't like is this mesh. You can see I got a rip up here in this corner. It's ripped out, and then another tear there. I get treble hooks stuck in it, and basically you just are cutting treble hooks out of there. There's no real good way of doing it. Okay, continuing on, I gotta try to keep this video under 15 minutes so I can upload it from my phone to YouTube. This is my fish finder. Same exact thing that's on a regular old bass boat. This is Lowrance Elite 5 HDI. Inside here, it's not in there right now, but I do have an avionics chip for it. Helps me map out the lake I'm going to be on, or the river, water system I'm going to be on. All that's wired in pretty neatly down under my foot pedals, sealed in, goes inside my boat where I showed you earlier, where my battery hooks up. This is all my power supply. It's not hooked up right now, battery's on charge. This is my transducer mount. Loosen that up, falls, lays right off the side of my boat. I can tighten it down. It's out of the way, not in the way for casting. It's under me. That gives me a great readout. And that's all, like I said, tied back in up there. Runs back to my actual graph in front here. This gives me the option of GPS, sonar, and down scan imaging. It's a great little unit. I think it's perfect size for kayak. Some guys like a little bit bigger, some guys like a little bit smaller. Well, I guess that's a wrap. That's basically everything. I like to keep it simple. Simple crate, tackle, board, seat. Always wear a life jacket. Plastics, tools, foot pedals, net, front hatch for storage, graph, GPS, transducer, rods go back here. I mean, it's basically as simple as you can get. I don't have any pedal drive. I don't have any motor. I'm all powered by hand. But yeah, so that'll be my 2018 setup unless something changes, but I don't think it will. I kind of like how this is going. It's pretty simple, organized, gets me out for a fun day on the water. So other than that, I hope you guys have a great week. Like the video, subscribe if you want, drop me a comment if you have any questions or any suggestions on what I should do to change this up. If you know something that might make it easier, I'm always open to hear what you guys have to say. So thanks for watching.